All right, guys, we picked up this 2004 Honda Pilot, and this one has a broken timing belt. I'm gonna show you, see if we can just replace the timing belt without doing anything else, if the engine was still okay. Most of the time, you will have a bent valves and everything internally, but let's go check this out. Of course, first thing we gotta confirm it if it's broken timing belt. We already removed this part here, one of the cover, and also some of them are rusted and broken, and we can confirm it that the timing belt is snapped. See that? It is snapped. It doesn't look too bad from here, but it's snapped. Hopefully these are still looking good. We can put them um still on the right timing, and then put the belt in. We'll see if it runs. All right, first thing we're gonna do, let's remove the rest of these, and also remove the serpentine belt. We're gonna go ahead and remove also the mount, top mount here. Normally we have to remove the wheels over here, but we'll try not to do that for now. We'll see if we can access that without removing it. All right, so we got everything out in here. We just have to pull the belt out. The cover, timing covers are out. As you can see, we still have the broken belt here. The camshaft are not too off. This is already timed, perfectly set timing on the front side. And the back side, I had to turn it slightly quarter turn, going counterclockwise. Same as the crankshaft spark plug down there. I turned it to the mark, to the marking. It's about like quarter turn as well, so I don't think it could do a lot of damage, but we won't know until we start it and put a new belt in here. So we're gonna put a new belt. Um, we're not changing the water pump, of course, because we don't know yet how the condition of the engine, but it should be easy to do it again, redo it again. I might change the tensioner real quick. That could cause breaking the belt. Of course, it could be just being an old belt as well. Um, this one's okay. The water pump pulley looks okay. The tensioner here, I mean, it's another pulley here looks okay. So we're gonna do that, put the new belt, and put it back together. We'll see what happens. All right, so we actually installed the new timing belt, and we spun it twice, actually three, four times to see if everything is still lined up. The front camshaft marking is lined up. The crankshaft is lined up, but the rear crankshaft here is about a tooth off. So if this is off, every time the this spins, it's gonna keep being off, and it's not gonna have good timing. So I'm gonna remove the the tensioner, timing belt tensioner again, and then reposition this rear camshaft one tooth back up, so everything is properly timed. And this is very critical. Before putting everything back, you have to make sure everything is perfect. Like sometimes it doesn't goes the first try, but you gotta get it right. Let's go do that again, and then you have to spin it again to check. Okay, so we have this timing belt insulation. If you install your belt and they're not aligned, just like this one, see this one is lined up from here to that one, the camshaft, and I'll show you this, and our crankshaft is aligned as well. You can see that's the top, this one there, this one line up. However, the back, the rear camshaft is not aligned. So that's like probably one tooth over. We're gonna do a little trick before removing the tensioner. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the zip tie here in the back, right here by this sprocket, and then we're gonna turn these gears here. And you make sure you gotta use a thick zip tie. This one, make sure it's there, not moving. Okay. We just want to make sure that this belt will jump one tooth at least. All right. So once you have it there, we're gonna spin this crankshaft here. And, so spin it clockwise. Hopefully, we'll spin at least go on one tooth. One tooth. That's the goal for this. Doesn't look like a jump. It did jump. I think I missed it, but it did jump. So we're gonna keep spinning this. But before we spin it around, we're gonna go ahead and cut it. Cut the zip tie. Make sure you don't cut your belt. Gotta be careful with that. And let's go ahead, get it spin to get the timing marks. Timing marks on it. And this one is, I think that's it. Number one. All right, I think looks good. All right, so check this out. The rear sprocket are line up. All right, so everything is lined up, and then we spin the timing belt, the crankshaft and camshaft. I didn't feel anything restricted, like, normally your valves are like sticking out or something like that. Looks okay. They look like it's moving freely. So we're gonna put everything back together and let's try to get it fired up. Hopefully it runs okay. All right, guys, this is the moment of truth. We put everything back together, line up properly, put the timing belt cover in, mount and everything, torque the bolt, crank bolt, put the wheels back, set it down. Let's go see if this one will crank, or at least crank. Yeah, so let's go ahead over here. All right. Oh yeah, it starts, guys. Doesn't seem to have an interfering engine. Seems pretty quiet. Doesn't sound bad. Looks like it has some exhaust leak, but it doesn't sound bad. We're gonna go test drive it. Of course, we're still gonna check it, but right now it's running. So here's what you have. The conclusion on these: yes, if you have a broken timing belt and it wasn't driven right after it was broken, I think this is what happened here. As soon as the timing belt broke, it snapped. They immediately stopped the vehicle, and it saves the valves and everything. And replacing just the belt, fixing it. So now I might drive it for a couple of days to a week. We'll see how it works, and everything seems well. I'm gonna go ahead and replace the water pump and everything. So I didn't want to do all that crazy work not knowing the engine is seized up, but this one is looking good, guys. Hope you like it. This video, pretty quick video for this, and more update on this. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace, guys.